back to your legal, or you're supposed to get a cut.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Man,
You didn't give me any of the stuff you got from the
Oh,
clerk.
sorry, Randy.
From the what?
You didn't give me any from the 100,000 you got from the clerk.
Well,
Did you see where Fifth Third bought out of it?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. It's, I can't tell you the name of it, but they're supposed to now be the 9th largest bank in the country.
yeah.
wow.
Who is Fifth Third?
Fifth Third, they bought somebody. It was in, I read it here not too long ago.
Are they gonna
Supposed
move
to be
back to
final
Orleans?
after the first year.
Are they gonna move back to Orleans?
I would guess that'd be a big no.
I sold it.
You don't want
I
that.
got 33rd one.
I didn't get no money from Mid Southern. How did I get money from Mid
30,
Southern?
about
We had
30.
money on
That's
it.
about what I
Almost by a
saw.
certain time, there's some kind of deal in the
Well,
buyout.
We had a bunch of money in there when they sold out.
That does too.
It got up $45. It's back down about 41.
You know, one time it was over $50. It got down to like $6 or $7.
Tea Garden got $70. I was selling it.
Yeah.
That's probably what's over there in the foundation right there.
Yeah.
Bring the phone in, huh?
You got your thing all turned on.
You're on camera.
We're not ready to go.
Oh, yeah, I am too. You need to turn that thing more.
I'm gonna start something in the back.
Call this door if we have a pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, for the weather, and we ask that as we do business for the town, that you watch over us and guide us and help us do what is your will. Pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Alright.
Welcome, everybody. We'll guest and guest. I don't even know if you're a guest, so we'll just say you are. All right. The minutes, they've been read.
They have been, and I'd make a motion that we accept them both as presented.
Oh, second that one.
All right. Minutes have been, motion to be approved as read and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Anybody opposed? Okay. Monthly reports, fire department report, I read everything, and congratulations on what you did for during the festival or the fall thing and down
Turned
there.
out pretty
I
good.
think that's great. I'm glad to see that all turned out. And we might want to put something in the paper that we're recommending or encouraging everyone to check their flus and stuff for the fire season. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, Robert had asked me for something to put in the
Yeah.
paper, so I thought we'd just use that.
Sounds good. You guys got anything?
Probably them truck prices you sent us, seems like a lot of bells and whistles on them trucks.
What do you mean?
Well, they're just top of the line. I don't know how many more accessories you can get put on. It seems like there's a lot of different stuff on it. But
Lights, a console, and a topper. And then the deck system under, in the back to store stuff in.
Well. Okay. That's just not my opinion. So
Well,
I mean, what do you want me to take off of it?
do we have the,
it's not detailed enough to take anything off of it. It's not detailed enough to take anything.
well, the emails I got, I couldn't read them because one of them was one way and one's the other. And every time I turned my phone to get it, one blacked out. Do we have copies of them?
I have them on hard
Well,
copy.
Yeah.
I mean, on the, because you got one today was.
That's what I was talking about, the one I got today.
Okay, yeah.
Is there, were they different from the one we had
Oh,
from
that's,
before?
That's
what
a
you got
different-
today is
That's
sewer.
for the sewer department. That's a truck.
We're
for the
not
sewer.
gonna do it.
We're talking about the fire, what we put in. the
Okay,
budget
we're
for
talking about
next
two different
year.
things, I'm sorry. Okay,
What we put in the budget for next year was a truck for Ron.
okay,
But today I sent you a quote for to replace the sewer plant
gotcha.
work truck.
So the one that you sent is one that we're thinking about after January.
That's what we get in
Okay.
the budget. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I didn't.
I mean, I don't, I'll take anything off of it you want me to take off of it. It's, I mean, it's,
Well, just an awful lot of, I know the outfitting from John Jones is quite a bit of that price. But if you look at a no difference.
You talk about the actual truck itself or the stuff that's added on for the fire department?
Well, the difference in the price we got, which includes the outfitting of the fire department stuff and so forth. That price, $75,000 compared to a four-wheel drive for like 45,000 on the model.
Well, it's the same way when you buy a police car. That Dodge Durango Drew's driving was $45,000 and you paid close to 70 for it by the time it was done.
Well,
I can attest to that because I'm driving one.
we're gonna be doing more checking on prices probably.
I just think it's funny, John.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious because you don't do this with the police cars. You don't do this with
We
his
bought-
trucks.
We bought police cars on contract. We don't have any choice on these.
But that's what I'm saying. We buy a police car every year. We bought 3 in 1 year. He just bought a $150,000 truck. We got a $15,000 Batwing Bush Hog gets used twice a year. I could go on and on and on, John, about the money that I've watched this town spend, and you tell me no.
Probably getting them deeper, so I'm just.
But you tell me no every time I ask you for something. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I've been wanting to buy a new pumper. I've been wanting to buy a new pumper
You got
for 4
radios?
years.
You got radios? And
We got radios because we had to have radios, John.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say now.
Yeah, we'll go.
I feel like every time I ask for something, you guys tell me
I'm
no.
not
You come up
saying-
with some excuse not to do it every time.
Have I said a word?
There's a truck sitting over here that I could have traded for a truck that we're still fighting with, but that man opposed it, and that's why it's still here. And now we're gonna fight about the price of an equipped truck.
I haven't said a word.
You haven't said a word.
Okay,
So I have, I'll continue to look at it.
we will,
Is it because I'm not taking it to On Duty Depot to get it equipped? Is that what it is?
No.
Because I'm not taking a car over there to get equipped. I can show you what kind of work they do.
No,
Okay,
it doesn't have anything to do with it.
let's, please, let's just, well,
Okay, so when can we discuss this further? Because I want to discuss this further.
okay, well, we're not buying a truck tonight, okay?
I understand that.
Because the money's in for the budget for next year, so that would be the appropriate time to be looking at it, so please.
Okay, so we get to look at that before the budget goes through then?
No, I think we're doing the budget tonight.
But it's already done. But there's money in there for a truck.
So, I mean, we've already budgeted the money.
Okay, well, we can I'll gladly take it to John Jones with me and you can sit down and find out what you want to take off of it.
Okay. I don't, Robert, I mean, we're not buying that truck tonight.
No, the only truck we've got to consider is the wastewater.
Yeah, okay,
We put that in the budget
right,
for 2026.
yeah, and we put the fire truck for 2026.
Right, that's what we're talking about. yeah.
Right. And this is in the budget for
My question is, if it's already in the budget, why are we arguing about it?
There's no budget.
Actually, we're not arguing about the truck buying, the only thing that come up was what is needed on the truck.
I didn't get
And
anything special.
Okay, and I'd have no, okay,
And I don't either.
and I'm sorry all this got started, because I just,
All I know is we don't do that to him when he buys a police car. So,
he's not there. Jim is not here.
Jim is sick tonight. Jim
Okay.
is sick.
okay, we didn't do it to Richard when he bought police cars. How about that?
So, well, I just meant, Jim's not here, I was getting ready to call him. Anyway, we'll move forward here, since we don't have anything to talk to the police department about or discuss, other than what Brady's report. Scott, got your report? Everything sounds like it's running good out there.
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. I had some issues with the primary settling tank. We're working on getting it so it's a little more consistent. Hopefully, seemed to me that Chris got a good price for fixing the bearing and gear system, so we're gonna try to get that so that it's refreshed. I mean, it's the original equipment from whenever that was built 30, 40 years ago. So we're gonna get it sandblasted and repainted, redo the bearings so that they run smooth and whatnot. So, but yeah, everything else is working just fine out there.
Have you sent your IDEM reports in without incident?
Yes.
For how many months?
Jeez. At least 6, maybe more. We've been doing pretty good this year.
Well, we were discussing here recently, Commonwealth's come up with this $3 million upgrade or $2.5 million. And we're kind of thinking, if we're meeting all of the requirements, do we need to do all this upgrade?
Well, with your agreed order, you're gonna have to do something.
Okay.
And if you're going to add in the
It's something $3 million.
well, I don't know how much it's gonna be. I've been going through things with Eric, saying this is what we need, what we don't need. And so he's trying to update that proposal so we have a better handle on what the actual costs are gonna be. That the egg washing facility, we're looking at what the impact of that is, because we did some initial testing out there. And it's got a lot of ammonia and it's got a huge amount of BOD. And BOD is one of the things that I struggle with out there because we're a little undersized. And so if we were to get that, then we would not be in compliance because the load would be more than the plant could handle. So we are talking with, whatever that egg company, Johnson's, about what they need to do up front so that what their discharge is doesn't impact the plant negatively.
Would they be able to do something like that?
There's things that they can do. But we also need to look at what do we got to do to the treatment plant itself. If you want to have more homes, you want to have a bigger town eventually, we're going to have more capacity to do that. And that's one of the things we're looking at. We've got to do something to keep IDEM happy. Might as well do some things to give you some capacity so that if you want to add a new neighborhood or a new industry, you have the opportunity to do it.
Okay.
Okay. I've worked hard with Chris to get things where it's somewhat consistent.
Yeah.
And we're staying in compliance, but I mean, something could come
So we
along
really
and
need
screw
to
it all up.
We're probably gonna have to do something.
You're gonna have to do
Yeah,
something.
okay.
I don't know what that something's
Yeah.
gonna be and what the
Yeah.
real cost is until we.
We've applied for this $750,000 grant, I think. We're in the
Yes.
process. We're in the process. We probably won't get it the first go around, but that's what we're
Yeah,
shooting.
and I got a letter asking me to write something to them
Yeah.
that says I believe it's needed, and I do. Your system is working, but it's needs some help. We're constantly fighting with the secondary clarifiers because the pumps are getting old, the pipes are getting where they're clogged, and the way they were installed, they didn't have valves where I could shut off a section and clean it out. I literally have to take the whole thing down. I can't do that and still operate the plant.
I got you.
So we're looking at what can we do to make that more manageable and maintenance friendly. So those are the big things that I'm talking with Eric about. How can I put in some valves and things? So if I need to work on something, I can take it out, keep the plant running, get it fixed, and then go to the next one. So those are the big things that we're looking at right now.
Well, we've just been kind of running by, we know
Oh,
It's
sure, I
gonna be
understand.
it's gonna be a real challenge for us to come up with that kind of money.
And I understand.
Yeah,
And
so.
again, like I said, if we can build a little bit of, we could put the maintenance stuff in there, and if that gives us the ability to handle a little bit more, then you can go and say, hey, we want to put a new housing addition or a new industry on, and
Yeah.
that help covers that cost.
We're meeting our IDEM stuff now.
The discharge permit limits, yes, we are.
And have been for 6 months.
I believe so, yes.
Eric told us at the last meeting, or maybe it was the last meeting, about the grit removal thing, that we might not have to have that.
Yeah, we don't have to have it. Right now,
It probably, it was the biggest item in the whole.
it was one of the larger ones there, yes. So, and
He also told us that if we put in the egg washing plant, that with what we're going to be doing, still wouldn't be enough to handle that egg washing plant, even with pre-treatment on the organic.
well, that's a potential. We gotta look at that closely. Depending on what they can do on their end, they may be able to bring it into more of a normal wastewater discharge. But and the question is, are they willing to spend the money to do that? Or, that may be something we negotiate with them and say, okay, if you don't want to put it in, it's gonna cost the city this much.
And
How
that's
much do
something
you
that
want to
you
chip
were
in to
talking
make
about.
sure that you can discharge here?
I think that, obviously, they're the ones hooking up to it, so we can kind of set some
Yeah, you
perimeters,
can,
either you treat it
right,
and bring it up, or you can help us if we have to treat
exactly.
it. Okay.
So right now, we just need to figure out what that would be
Yeah, okay.
on our end.
Yeah.
So, and I'm, like I said, I'm working with Eric to look at where we need to provide better aeration and what kind of removal could we get if we did certain things.
So if, and I understand right, we have a plant out there that we don't have a way to shut a portion of it off, clean that out while
Yes.
allowing the other stuff. There's no bypass anywhere.
Unfortunately, no,
So,
because Chris and I have looked everywhere.
So that would be something when we
Yeah, so that would be one of the
do
things.
some
that
work,
we
that'd be
wanna
one
do.
of the things that would be very important to do.
Yes, we would create bypass
jump
pumping.
Yeah.
and then go in and set up the plumbing the way it should have been done. And granted, I'm not sure exactly the age of that plant, but that may have been the best design at that
I
time.
think it was 90, I come on board 92 or something like that, or 80, maybe it was 88 or 87.
Yeah.
And it was, when I first come on the board the first time, they were in the process of getting it finalized to get it built.
Sure.
Put a sign up there, said Lindley Bill.
Yeah.
There's a plaque on it, said Lindley Bill.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Congratulations.
That said, we're talking, what, 45
Yeah,
years
well,
ago?
seemed like just yesterday, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
been a
know.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at least 35 years.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. You guys, any other questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, see, the water systems, got your report. Looks like we missed some, not minutes, we didn't miss what we billed, we missed the gallons that we billed.
I think a little bit there. I talked to Lisa about it. Maybe I didn't explain it to her. I went and done it the month before. Maybe I didn't explain it enough for her to understand. And by the time they got about 25th, 26th, I'm like, hey, when you gonna do?
So everybody still got billed though.
Yeah, there wasn't any missed billing. It just missed gallons on the report.
Using those two figures, the water loss was about 25 to 26%.
Yeah.
Do you think the beginning and ending meetings were about the same time of the month? Or
No, usually Patoka's the end of the month and we're around the 20th. And
we're offset 10 days.
and if there's a weekend or something, usually their bill's always 30 days where, sometimes, we try to hit the 20th. If it hits a weekend, there'll be an extra 2 or 3 days. It might be short 2 or 3 days.
But we'd be better off to look at a longer period of time and
Yeah.
compare to find out for the,
But what I can do, and I can give you, do you have the Waterly stuff to log in for that?
no, I don't.
I can get you set up on that and where I can generate something where, we're reading that, we're actually manually reading those meters every day. So you can compare, and that's what I've been doing a lot for checking water losses, comparing actual days to actual days.
She can monitor daily use that we're selling.
Yes, other than a couple that are not reading correctly. And they're the ones that, you know, we thought we were gonna have trouble with. And I did find out between last meeting and this meeting, Camstrip is coming out with a new cellular meter. So that may be something to look at. They had some other antennas, and I talked to Sean about it, and they were in the $320 range. And he wasn't real confident, and I wasn't real confident. I said, by the time you spend that, you're spending the same amount for a meter, and might not even fix the problem. So I wasn't real crazy about trying that.
Okay.
And then we got I put in there about the George Fox place, right?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know how you guys want to do that. That's,
Oh, you're talking about the one up across 37. Well, I don't know that we would want to pay for it.
you know,
And I don't know that he really wants it that bad, but
I wouldn't think so.
yeah.
Is that the guy where Jack Dab used to live?
Yes.
Is that the fellow that's got all the tractors out in his yard all the time? Yeah.
I mean, they already had one.
No, he never.
I mean, I think it'd be great if he was on our system.
Sure.
But, I mean, going to that highway, pay that would take a long time for us to recoup our money for
What's he on now?
probably a well, be my guess.
Did he go bad or something?
No, and I don't know this to be fact, but the story I got was he has cancer and, you know, and he wanted to drink it. Okay. He has well tested. And,
Could be a water quality issues.
yeah.
Well, I bet I mean, what do you think it costs to drill a well now? 20?
I'd be surprised if you could get it done for 20.
Yeah.
And so what was that, 15,000?
16,000.
16,000? Yeah. So. I mean,
We're not absolutely positively sure they draw.
Not 100%. They just planned on it, and I laid that line going up through there when the highway was done, and I cannot remember exactly where we ran out of the rock at.
It was relocated.
Yeah.
You do the relocation or the upgrade? You had to do the
But heck,
relocation.
I'm not that old. No, I've done the relocation.
if he would pay for it, we don't have any objections to him putting our water line, so. I guess that's.
And that'd
all we
be a
can say.
contract between him and the contractor he chose, I guess.
It wouldn't be a cover real close if we could drill right alongside it, would it?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly haven't went up and looked at it. You know, I knew there's rock up there, and I asked John to go look at it. He was pretty sure there was rock up there.
But like the meter would be on the east side, right? I mean, it would be his line under the road to the meter,
yeah.
right? Is that what you're talking about, Daniel? You tap our line on the east side and he could run it.
If we buy it, no, if we do it, I'd put the meter on in his yard.
But we don't want to do that, do we?
No.
Why would we want to take responsibility for that line?
I wouldn't want to under the road.
No.
Yeah, I mean, if you just leave it, it's not a big deal.
It's not.
We got a bunch of meters. We got a bunch
But we
of
still
lines.
wouldn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of lines going under the highway
Drill
now.
and sleeved, I don't know why we would be that concerned about.
Okay, well, I didn't know, so, yeah, I mean, if everybody's good with that, I'm okay, but I still think he would have to pay to have it done.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I agree with that.
Well, I mean, or he would reimburse us, to have it
Yeah.
done, is the way it would work. It would
do
be
the
part
work.
of it'd be part of a tap fee. It's because it's a special tap. We would have it done and he would reimburse us.
That's what.
Kind of like what was the one we did out here with the,
Wayland.
yes,
Yeah.
just same thing like that, yeah.
Well, would he want us to get him an actual cost for it?
Well, that's the quote, right? I mean, it just, if they hit
Yeah.
rock, it could be cheaper.
It could be cheaper or more.
That was.
I think that was-
maximum quote.
Yeah, that's
that
the
was-
max.
Yeah.
So I would just tell him it could be up to this amount. And we're willing to let you hook on, but you'd have to pay for our normal tap fee plus
Plus whatever.
The
Whatever
line.
the actual cost was.
Yeah.
So if they didn't hit rock, I guess it'd be cheaper. Is that,
Yeah, I just tell him, whatever our normal tap fee with the meter is, plus that 16.50, 16.5, and then tell him up to that amount if it's less. Cause I mean, if he's going after deeper water for better water, I bet he won't get it done cheaper than that.
Yeah.
okay. Is that okay there, Bob? We do that?
Yep.
Okay. You want to do that, Daniel?
Yeah, I have Lisa reach out to him.
Okay, thanks. Okay, now the truck, there was, I guess we just have two quotes, correct? John Jones's is a 2025 Colorado, and Hubler's is a 2026 Colorado. And are they both outfit the same?
Yeah, they're both basically a work truck Colorado, white,
Okay.
4-wheel drive, all you can get now is a 4-door, you know.
Anyway, well, John Jones's is $36,962.50 for the 25. Hubler's is $38,462.20 for a 26. They're both brand new, right? I mean,
Yeah, they're both-
just,
It's
So
what
do-
they had sitting on the lot.
yeah. Do we really need a 26 then in that case? Would a 25 be just as good? If it's brand new?
I'm not sure there's any
Any
change.
difference in the prices?
36,900, 38,400, about 1,500 probably. But the thing of it is,
Think about the difference, because we're not really concerned about
the year, are we?
the resale, are we?
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. And one thing that John Jones's retail price is $38,505. And the 2026 is $38,138. So I would assume, just don't know why, but the one at John Jones must have a little something better on it, because the actual suggested retail is higher on John Jones than on Hugh. But with their discounts and everything, they're less. So there. That's all I can say. Does that make any sense?
Is Babcock not interested?
I didn't price Babcock, I just priced who had them on the lot.
But Babcock didn't have one on the lot. Yeah.
I'd had to order, and it was,
They got the four-wheel, let me see, four-door, car that is out there sitting on the lot.
do they, a work truck. I looked at one time and they had some of the higher end ones, but I mean, I can go out there and see.
Are these still on the lot?
As far, they were Friday.
Yeah, okay.
You want to go out there and look at that from.
I would.
I think they ought to have a chance at it.
Would you want to approve one of these
Let's just do that contingent.
and contingent on what
If
Babcock?
you get something that's,
Yeah.
say, one bid, but.
Yeah.
That seems like you can see.
I mean, we could do
I
that.
think they ought to be equipped the same.
Yeah, well, I think I think this one here must have a little bit more equipment than this one, just because that is higher than this. So, and this is a 25 and that's 26, so it must have another something.
You could go through that list there. There's this one here.
Yeah, John Jones, I got Jeff basically sent me the window sticker, and John Jones they didn't really send the spec out.
No,
But I basically just told him I wanted a 4-wheel drive work truck version, white.
Do they still have the WT designation? Is that Chevy and Bender?
Yeah, with a,
That's for the top of it.
Yeah. And then that's to put the tool shed and stuff on. It's $54.75.
and that one, the reason I didn't get 2 on that is it's not an ARE, I can't remember the brand of that. I should have looked at it another one. their dealer network basically throws me to one dealer.
Okay,
And I called Louisville and they said, well, where you're at, you have to deal with Meyer.
This is an ARE, right?
It may be.
It says ARE, it
Okay,
says
so it is
ARE
an ARE.
DCU max
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember what the brand was.
with .063
I did,
aluminum.
I got it put on down, Myers at Hayesville.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
Myers.
It didn't go $5,400.
This one does
this
have
got,
where the sides flip open and there's tool storage in the sides of them, so we can keep these hand tools and stuff you use commonly in there.
It's just not a cut camper top.
Yeah,
right?
it's not
deluxe. Yeah.
It's
More
basically
like a
got a
tool.
toolbox built into the camper topper.
yeah, it's got a toolbox divider. Yeah. So,
Sometimes I could talk with them, that talks won't need bid because of this government.
yeah. Well, last time we tried to get a police bid, they would,
They can't do it.
yeah. I just
Yeah,
remember that, yeah.
I'd done it once. I can't remember which truck it was, but I went out there and, but, basically said, we'll give you a price, but there wasn't any government discount or anything.
I mean, I don't have,
But I think we should ask.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do it while you're
Well,
back.
but they give you something, said no quote at the time, that's Tim Clements' supply. So you got the paperwork.
I'd make a motion, we accept John Jones truck bid contingent upon
Babcock's.
Babcock's response to our request.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Um,
Opposed? Okay. You might want to take this, would it be okay to take one of these sheets, the sheet, what we're buying out there with you, or do you know what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
I know what I told them I wanted.
Yeah.
so.
okay. Just make sure we're ordering the exact same thing. I'll get this too.
No, the top, we need to.
Oh, yeah, we need to, yes, that's right, that wasn't part of that.
I'd make a motion, we accept that topper quote from Meyer.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Got that. Okra grant application.
Just to give you information, we're still gathering stuff for Jessica today. We wrote some letters, she wanted some ordinances, so, I provided all the financial information and expanded on all that, so, we're still trying to gather support for that whole thing. We're still trying to get surveys, so if anybody can get any additional surveys or any other letters from residents.
It was suggested to me, someone was asking me about it and said, why are we doing surveys about a sewer department? Nobody cares about the sewer department. And that's
True.
I understand that. And they suggested maybe we put something in the paper about it that states that we are under IDM agreed order and that we will have to have future upgrades. And this is, we're trying to reduce the cost to the taxpayer, be the utility payers, by getting this grant. So maybe that would be a suggestion to get people to, because they were laughing about it, said, well, I don't care about sewer plant.
Well, that's what we said to Jessica. I mean, people don't come in on a daily basis and express concerns about the wastewater plant.
They just don't care.
No,
I mean,
as
it
long
works.
as everything works.
My toilet flushes every day.
And what they do care about is the rate. and
Yeah.
the money they're
But,
paying.
well, and that's why they suggested maybe we should add that to it, that we are under agreed order with IDM. We are going to have to make some upgrades where we want to or not. And that can help soften the blow to the rate payers. That was their suggestion.
I mean, if you would like for us to have an open house where people can come out and we can show them things, I can work that out with Chris. You laugh, but I mean,
You know what? That-
I've actually had a couple of utilities that I've worked with where we've done it. You get maybe half a dozen people.
Yeah.
But just saying, hey, we're open to have you come out and look seems to make people a little more interested.
I'd love to tour it. I really would. And I understand how it all works.
Yeah.
when you talk about clarifier and this and that, I mean, that means nothing.
We used to do that, and we used to have to.
You know,
You mean like body odor detergents?
Well, we were talking about in an executive session about BOD, and I said, I don't know what it stands for.
I was,
But, we were talking about, the surcharge.
Yeah.
That, has been recommended in getting that online, because I know if we talk to them about what they want to do on their end, it's gonna be, what are we gonna charge them versus what can they do privately?
yes.
And I told them, that's gonna be a weighted, if we can do the treatment reasonable versus them doing a private pre-treatment, that's probably gonna be a big deal. So we need to know what those numbers are. But I said, it would be helpful to know when you're saying these things, what that is and what challenges that presents to you at the point.
Sure.
it-
I'd be
it's-
happy to show you guys around.
Yeah.
Explain it all.
This particular grant, it's gotta be finalized when? Soon,
Yeah.
before the end of this month, right?
Before the 27th.
27th.
And I don't know that our chances are good, but we will have to do a second round, and that might be when we need to incorporate some of these things we're talking about. Maybe have an open house and, like, let people understand why we have to upgrade the system. Because most people just don't care, as long as it's
Oh,
working.
yeah, most people will say, I flush the toilet, it's gone.
Well,
I get that,
I
you
know,
know.
I know you get tired of hearing this, but I'm still really concerned, there's gonna be a 55% match. And I'm gonna have to sign a letter that says we're committed $930,000 to this project. And I don't know where we're gonna get it.
Okay, well, let's just say that we have to do it and we don't get the grant. Then what are we gonna do then? So,
We're going into issuing bonds and going into debt if they
Yeah.
make us.
Yeah.
Before it says we have to.
Right.
So, Darby's porta potty every corner.
so, okay, well, anyway, there's not much more we can say about it. We either have to or we don't, so.
We'll work on the wording on the survey.
Well, maybe too late this round.
Well, we'll try.
Okay. All right. Daniel, anything else as town superintendent?
I'm gonna tell you about this. I was talking to a doctor friend of mine. Our bodies work exactly the way that sewer plant works.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the same process. And I was just amazed that, from your educating us, and she was telling me this, I say, I know what she's talking about. It's amazing. Our bodies and our sewer plant work exactly the same. We all have BODs and we have bugs and, you have to incorporate bugs in. I was amazed.
About grit removal.
Well, I don't know about grit removal.
I don't have any UV lights.
But anyway, thank you, Scott.
That's what gets our viewers at. We'll be able to sell ads for them.
Okay. Did you have anything? Yeah, I asked you about town. How about sidewalks?
We started on sidewalks. We got pretty well, we got Harrison Street knocked out. We're gonna move over to South Lincoln. Planning on doing a little there around the old Presbyterian church.
Okay,
Little
going
section.
toward the tracks
A
or?
little section towards the tracks and then a section going south.
Okay.
Is he gonna go all the way to Vincennes?
Plan on it.
How about Franklin Street? Is it run east and west? No.
North and south.
Okay.
That's further down the road.
Franklin's right up here.
Yeah, okay, it runs north and south,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Is it the one that goes from 337 by what? Where that road isn't on? The tracks don't go through there,
Yeah, but well,
Yeah.
like where,
that is Franklin Street. and
Okay.
There's way over to the
Cornell
right.
lives on the corner.
yeah, where Mike Rutherford used to live in the house that burnt down.
Yeah.
That's Franklin
Well,
Street.
Franklin,
Just east.
down there where you're talking about, I think, the road veers all the way to the right.
Yes.
Railroad bed is.
Yeah,
on
where
the west
it
side.
has to go to
Okay,
the
that's-
west of the
That's
railroad.
between Washington and Jackson.
Yes, yeah, that little stretch there. Is there a way to put a sidewalk there? I'm not saying we have to do it this year, but that would kind of hook back into the up here where the depot is and all that.
That
Yeah.
street is probably not even on the street right away.
Yeah.
With the railroad bed runs right down the middle.
The street, actually, yeah. But it's, I
Are
mean,
you
that,
talking
you know-
on the railroad lot side or on the
I
house?
honestly don't know. I just, either side.
Well, the west side would be probably.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that connects in, you know, if we do all those from the highway on Jackson Street up to the tracks,
Right.
then it just ends, and if, you know, if we had something to come on down, then,
Connect it.
yeah, just a thought,
That'd be a good idea.
so, okay.
Well, we just allotted so much money, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we had the money for it this year, I'm just saying, I think that'd be something, if, once we complete that, be really nice to have a connection.
As we said, we would appropriate so much money every year to continue.
Yeah, I think like $50,000.
$50,000.
Okay, we have posted for the administrator, I saw
I
that.
have not had any applications. I was given a couple of names today that I'm gonna try to follow up to see if there's any interest, but we haven't had anybody, we haven't had a call or two, we haven't had any applications.
Okay. And,
But we have had 2 or 3 houses started and we've had several permits that's been processed. Daniel and I have been doing that.
John Paul, any property cleanup that we need to?
No update.
Old business.
Talking about property cleanup, I mean, what's the future for that place down on Monroe and Fourth Street?
The lady that we,
Name, Amy
Pull
Mills.
back this way.
Amy Mills. I'll go in there and clean it up anytime you want.
Could we?
Remember we gave her an extension?
Yeah, could we start fining them?
Sure.
Why don't we do that?
What's that?
Start fining them for not cleaning up, instead of us doing the work, which seems to be something that's not feasible. And we do have fines for not cleaning up our property.
yeah, we do.
Why don't we do that?
We can, sure.
And we may not get it, I don't know how all this works, but what do you guys
How's
think?
the process work? Who does
We
the
get, I
citation?
mean, we get a judgment, I mean, it's up to like $2,500 a day that she's in non-compliance. And then the judge would give us a judgment, and then we could eventually foreclose on that lien.
I think that's a better way to go about this, instead of us going in and destroying people's property and having that liability over us.
Sure.
And, I mean, and I'm kind of thinking a fine might be more apt to get somebody moving.
It usually is.
So everybody okay with that?
Find out what it takes to do it.
We just need to go back to court,
It's a
and
civil,
ask the judge.
it's a civil matter. It's not
Right.
criminal.
Right, yeah, it's civil.
Let's do that. Okay. I just think that's a better way to approach this.
You want to do that on both of them, the Scott Carr property too?
Which one's that?
That's the one up here, right?
I don't know the address. I
Yeah.
don't have the files with me.
Yeah.
but
Whichever one.
Those are the two we currently have cleanup orders
Then,
for.
I'd say let's do it on both.
Roosevelt and Wilson.
They've been ordered to clean it up, and now we're gonna start the fines.
Yeah, he has done some work, not completely, but he has done some work.
Okay. Any other old business? New business,
Okay, I would like to tell you that today the Radius folks stopped by and they wanted to give us a little money to thank us for the work that we've done up there to kind of help with the trailhead, and Pat's been emptying the trash when needed. They gave us a check for $750 from Radius as sort of a thank you or to the town for our support of the trailhead. So I just wanted to tell you that was given.
are the restrooms open yet?
Not yet, we still don't have all that power and all that worked out. They're working on it. Yeah, we're getting close.
Longest running
Drain under that. ditch.
bathroom bill I've ever seen.
I think that's being
Oh, we
resolved.
really? Especially-
I think they're trying to get that resolved.
Yeah,
And that was a wrong assumption.
that is a wrong assumption, yeah.
That's even worse.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
When you're counting on it.
We did, I think ISI is gonna be putting some dirt. We told them they could get some dirt from the lake to put some field dirt up there around, and so that's being done this week, I think.
How about the triangle lot there? Have you cleaned it up some? What's gonna happen there? Do you know?
Now we're gonna try to add some dirt there.
Okay, is that where you're talking about the dirt? Okay. And just maybe plant some grass
Yeah,
and
Greg's
maybe,
gonna help fill that.
because that probably still belongs to the
It
railroad.
does,
They probably
but
don't
they
care.
give us okay to get
Yeah,
some.
the new size
Cost
cleaned
management
up.
work.
Okay. The other, anybody else have any new business?
I got no business. I forgot.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
The fountain, do we know anything about the guys from the fountain?
No, not right now, so I'll call
They haven't kidnapped it, have they?
them. I don't think so.
We have to get that back.
But they were supposed to be here this month, and I haven't reached out pressing because I figured
Well,
they'd show up the week I was off, you
Yeah,
know.
so- or during the fall festival or
Yeah.
something, so.
So we need to get that back in, get it set for next year.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have asked about the
Yeah.
fountain, where's the fountain?
I thought this summer was out was great.
No, I know you did.
I drove by there the other day and it just wasn't the same, the pumpkins and all the.
When people ask, but they don't know, they think we've taken it out, that it was stolen, or they don't know. So
Yeah,
people
no.
ask.
Well, hopefully,
It's terrible.
maybe the next meeting you'll have something to tell us about that.
I hope
being
so.
here. Okay.
I got something else.
Okay.
What's left to do on the shooting range?
Nothing that I know of. Put a gate up.
Is there, I was out there about a week ago, so was there any sheltered house or anything like that? Or is it just,
There's no, at one, Jim had talked about maybe getting something like a shipping container or something to store their targets, but we haven't gotten that far. I mean, I assume they've used it, they painted yardage lines on it. And actually, I think Roy was shooting on it before the union got done.
I tell you what, that house that Benny Carter built over there is directly in line with the back of that, we don't shoot over the top of it.
That's the log cabin on the gravel road?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody also asked about leasing part of the town lake property for like hay or alfalfa.
Do we own all the way to the road?
Well, we own 30 acres there.
The only thing we got that's even feasible is put that little triangle where be west of this road that goes back to the,
Somebody's asking about that for hay.
where it is.
and it is rough as can be.
Well, don't oversell it, boys. So we do the same thing with the
We did
cemetery.
the same thing with that.
So yes, if somebody's interested and wants to give us a bid,
At the airport, we have a farm
right,
at the
yeah,
airport.
exactly. So if somebody wants to give, don't oversell it there, guys.
So do we own east of the lake to the road?
No, not to.
Not all the way to the road.
Basically crop field to crop field, you know.
Yeah.
That new road that goes back to, right there's the line, east line.
Yeah, those pine, there's white pines right there.
But we do own back to a point back there, and then we own a strip out to that culvert on the VFW road.
Oh, okay.
But
So we do own the VFW road.
Just that
Parts
little
of it.
narrow stuff where the ditch is.
Okay,
Portion.
okay. Yeah, I don't mean, if somebody wants to rent it, I don't care. They probably want to now.
well, yeah.
Ones that don't watch the video.
But, we need to like, something like that, though, we would need to figure out how many acres and then
You have to have a
publish it.
contract.
Well, I mean, we would publish it and give
Yes,
everybody an
yes.
opportunity to bid
And
on it.
we do that with the cemetery. We also, we have revenue from the airport that comes from the farm.
Right. Somebody bought that big field for hay at the cemetery.
Well, might as well do it then.
They just were inquiring about it.
Okay. Any other old business, so we're back to that. Okay. The new business,
The new business really tonight is to formally adopt. You've had a hearing. We have advertised the proposed budget for 2026, and tonight we need to formally adopt the budget. And then it will go on to the DLGF for their review. And then hopefully by December, somewhere around in there, we'll know where we stand.
okay.
So I have a resolution, an ordinance tonight that I'm asking you to formally adopt, and then you each need to vote, cast your vote there, positive, and sign off on it. This has to be uploaded. There's 2 copies.
Does balance.
It is a balanced budget.
Okay. All right.
I make the motion that we adopt the 2026 budget.
I would second his motion.
All right, it's been motion that we adopt the town budget for 2026. And second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we got a balanced budget. That's always good. So we need to sign both of
You
these.
need to sign both copies and be sure and cast your vote there with a check mark. So you vote how you vote. I want you to remember that Washington doesn't do that, but cities and towns have to pass a balanced budget, so. You do something that the federal government doesn't do.
We don't have to, but DOGF will adjust it.
It will be in balance, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know, what I read in the paper, Pale is not going to. Said in 2028, I think, they thought they was gonna spend more than they take in. I guess that'll get adjusted, won't it?
Probably will.
Okay, I had a little bit of new business that during our, looking over our zoning regulations, the use table does not match the zoning book. And it's a little bit, I would say, confusing for me. Maybe people smarter than me don't think it's confusing. But I think we need to have someone look at this. The use table doesn't even have A1 and A2 in it. So, in the use table, when you read your zoning ordinances, it'll say use by right, then it says go to the use table. Well, when you go to the use table, like A1 is not in there. There's an agriculture, but not A1 or A2. So it needs to be. And the other thing that really confused me, and this is just on this one little thing, and maybe I'm not smart enough to understand it, but there's part of our zoning and it talks about things that you can do in agriculture without having to have exemptions like heights and this. And it says that you can do in agriculture, it says storage and processing. We looked up egg processing or egg washing is considered processing, not industrial. But then you go to our use table, the use table says processing is industrial. So there's just some confusions there. I don't know if this comes up a lot, but it's really hard for someone to understand it. And not only that, when you go, most people go to the internet now to look up. You can go on, all of our zoning's there. There's no use table whatsoever. So when it says use by right, see Town of Orleans use table. It's like, but there is no use table. You have to come in here and there's a book about this thing. So I think it'd be nice if and I don't know how much this would cost, I'm sure it's not, doesn't seem like it should be very much, it probably is expensive. I don't even know who you would have do this.
Well, there is some things that are in conflict that
Yeah.
seem to be, and when we did the review in 2015, we didn't take it all apart, but we did address sections of that. But we can inquire to see if we can get somebody to put together a proposal, what it would take to do a review of that.
And a lot of it too is, so this is our ordinance.
Yeah.
This is a codification of ordinances. Does that make sense?
No, not to me, but
So
I'm sure
what,
that's
so
somebody.
what this book tries to do is it tries to codify all of our ordinances. So every time we pass an ordinance, that's a law. And then this tries to codify it so it's in a researchable,
Proper term.
proper in categories.
Okay,
Because one month we may pass an ordinance on a stop sign, and then the next month we may pass an ordinance on the sewer plant or the sewer. And this tries to codify it and put all those in an organized manner. There is some discrepancies between what the actual ordinance says
and what that's.
and what the codification says. So
Because it's put in legal language. The ordinance is not always in legal language, but the code book is sometimes differing
Okay.
language.
Yeah, so a lot, that's a lot of that too, but it is something we need to review
All right, let me work.
and ask
Okay.
around who we can have a look at that. And
So-
the people that do our codification can help with that too,
Yeah,
because that's part of the,
Indiana 15.
yes, exactly.
All righty. Well, I don't have anything else. We need sewer adjustments.
You have some sewer adjustments and you have the claims there before you.
Make a motion, we accept the
Sewer adjustments,
sewer adjustments and can I do the,
Sure.
you got the utility bill or the,
signing claims.
yeah, sign claims at the same time?
Second that, John?
Yep.
All in favor of sewer adjustments, signing claims, say aye.
Aye.
I oppose. Carried. We had no resolutions, is that correct?
Just be sure you sign what you signed the budget and the claims.
Yeah, I think everything's signed. Okay,
Thank
Make a
you.
motion.
go ahead.
No, I said just thank you.
Oh, okay.
We adjourn.
All right, then motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
No, no, you're worried about that.
So this is.
Wait till I hear you.
Well, let's put red, white, blue on that.
I don't know why it's in this book.
Okay, yeah, yeah, exactly.
It does, and that's what I'm saying. I think